Hola, ¿qué pasa? To all of my mommy blog fans and to family and to whoever might see this. Today I am doing an early in the day vlog, and look, I did my hair because I have to go attend a CT scan with a loved one who has been recently diagnosed with leukemia. So, that's a bit stressful for me. I'm still kind of like hoping that it's wrong, but they did the test 3 times, so, the leukemia test, so clearly that's probably just not inaccurate. Not good for my genetic pool. Nobody else has had that. Like I've told you in previous vlogs, my second father, which would be my stepfather, but I don't like to call him that, Al. I call him Pop, who passed away many years ago from pancreatic cancer, a month to the day he was diagnosed. Cancer for me is extremely difficult. I used to work for Gottlieb Hospital on the cancer floor, and I watched so many awesome people that passed away, and that I did so much extra out of the way stuff for. I skipped my lunch breaks and got in trouble a lot because I spent so much time trying to do that empathetic, compassionate thing, because that's how my mom was. My mom was a nurse, and she was my hero, and wish I could have told her that a lot sooner. Okay, I'm gonna try hard not to cry today, because my blog wasn't supposed to be about the whole cancer thing, but things have been a little stressful lately, to say the least, and I'm like, when my mom died, I was like always wondering what's worse, waiting for someone you love to die, or for them to die a sudden, unexpected, harsh death. And there is no easier death. No matter which way it goes, they all suck. So treasure your loved ones as much as you can. Even if they hate you, treasure your loved ones. Know every day that you've done all you can to show them that you love them, regardless of whatever the hell life is throwing at you, and that's the simplest way I could put it. Yesterday, as I said in my yesterday blog, which just posted today, I'm sorry, I was so tired. Grandma with Alzheimer's, and then Gabriel stuff, and Christian's high school. I'm adjusting to being the mom of a freshman. As you all know, I had 2 daughters that, are adopted out, and, well, there's a whole nother mess in that ballpark with court, but that's okay because I feel so much better about it now, and, so we're gonna get through that with flying colors one way or another, because I've decided that, in honor of the faith that my mom had in me, that I did not understand or appreciate back in 2002, okay, when my daughters, I signed away my rights, I'm going to fight this one. I love my daughters, appreciate them, they just don't understand, and much to my dismay, my mom was right. You gotta be a mom to understand being a mom, and sometimes it takes being a mom and having to do the sacrificing and everything to get what your mom always tried to tell you, just how much she really loved you. Oh yeah, I'm gonna try not to cry. So, yesterday, I got an email forwarded to me. This we don't talk about much in this blog so far, but, being as it's all about moms, I'm going to address this in my mom blog. I got an email forwarded to me from my spouse, from his mother, which would be my mother-in-law. So I guess mother-in-law counts in the mom blog because, she is technically a mother, and, well, I guess mother-in-law, I don't know why they call people mother-in-laws, but at any rate, last year, well, okay, let's see, 2 years ago when I was getting married, okay, we had a big blasting of the internet thing going on. She said something about my mom, then I went off, and then it got into this big ugly mess of back and forth all over the internet. Mostly all over Facebook. This is where I learned that lesson about be careful what you write, because, you can't take it back. And it probably applies to video blogs, but you know what? At least in a video blog, you could see me saying what I have to say, and that's what I like about the video blog thing. So anyway, so we did this, okay, back and forth, blah, blah, blah. he said, she said. She'd put down somebody in my family. I put down things in her family, and it was kind of ugly. Okay, not even gonna lie. And sorry, Lee, you're gonna have to hold. I'm in the middle of blogging. You took too long to write back. I love when pop-ups come up on my iPod. Anyways, so about this letter. The reason that I have issues with my mother-in-law now, you know, actually, we were going back and forth over James. 21 years, the things that I've endured, you know, the drugs, the drinking, the cheating, the lying, the homelessness, the losing of kids. You know what? There hasn't been anything probably, I hope, knock on wood, we haven't been through or damn near close been through. And for a lot of years, yeah, I blame the hell out of her. Because as I became a mom, who actually got to keep kids, I realized that what we do as mothers, okay, instills so much in our children growing up. And it will make or break them eventually. But then I also realized from my mom that you can do the best you can. You can take them out. You can, you know, wear yourself till you pass out, okay, trying to learn about their special needs or whatever the case may be. You can talk till you're blue in the face. This is no lie. And in the end, it's up for them to decide how to take their lives, how to make or break their lives and the choices that they've made. And now being a mom who's got 2 daughters out there, adopted, and you know, one that's taking me to court, and then 2 sons that I have to defend. They're mine. They live with me, and I love them to pieces. And you know, everything is what it is for whoever's reasons it may be, whoever made the hotline calls, whoever didn't give a damn in court, okay, the whole everything. It is what it is. And I know James was pretty upset with me because, you know, he's like, well, did you get my email? Like, I don't know, 6 hours or so later. And I'm like, yep. And he's like, well, don't you have anything to say? And I'm like, nope. And because the truth is that it's really hard for me to address this email. This might take 2 videos, by the way. Because I can talk. Puerto Ricans, we talk our butts off when we have something to say. And today I just am trying to decide how to say everything I have to say. You know, I had, I think maybe, give or take, sometime early last year, had gotten to the point where I was fed up with the back and forth with me and my mother-in-law. Because even after, though, I invited her to the wedding because I know that that was the right thing to do. And it was awkward and uncomfortable, but I did it anyway. Made my son say hello to her, the whole 9 yards. You know, because my mother, believe it or not, raised me to be a decent human being. It just took a long time to absorb that and the loss of my mother and sister and so many loved ones for me to really get that. And so, yeah, I admit I had a lot to do with the back and forth crap. You know, I'm Puerto Rican and I'm very defensive of my family. And as far as I'm concerned, you know, James is my family and my daughters are my family and my whole family, blood related or could be blood related, like all my adopted nieces and all of them are family, and I go to hell and back for family. She had said something, and to be quite honest, I don't even remember what the hell it was that made me so mad, and I tried everywhere to look for it, and I just don't remember. But at any rate, long before all this, before my mom died and everything, you know, there was a lot of back and forth about my mom and that my mom, you know, was an alcoholic or my mom, you know, was a slut or, you know, it was some back and forth thing. And, you know, let's just start with saying the thing about moms. No matter who your mom is, whether she drinks or smokes or anything, okay, we all grow up making mistakes. Even as moms, we make mistakes. Before we become moms, we make mistakes. If you become a mom at 17, like my mom did, then you're becoming a mom, and at the same time, you're making mistakes because you never got the chance to make those mistakes before becoming a mom. And so my daughters, you know what? You're going to think what you're going to think. I just really, it just is what it is. But I am going to do all I can to make sure that you understand from this and that, sorry, hair in my mouth, that you're not always right. I'm not always right. And sometimes what we believe in is not always, we don't always go about it the right way. So, in that respect, I apologize because I took it to a bit of an extreme, okay? I kind of, have always been labeled this bad person, okay, in James's family in so many different aspects that I got pissed. I'm like sitting there like, I get up day in and day out with these kids. I go to therapists, psychiatrists, the whole 9 yards, okay? I work my ass off, for them and to make sure James is doing good, and stood by him through 7 years of college and, his struggles and everything, and learning about what he's got going on and what my boys have got going on. And, we've been through hell and back. And this is definitely going to take 2 videos. But at any rate, the short version is that we all make mistakes, and it's what you learn from them that's the most important. So to my lovely daughters out there in the world, okay, you may think that this is the right thing you're doing, and one day you'll figure it out. I'm sorry to tell you, this is not right. The promises that were made to me and your dad and your brother and your grandparents, all of us as a family, okay, we were lied to. So when you think that we're supposedly stalking or harassing or whatever, okay, we're basically defending the promise that we were made, okay, which was to know you, to love you, and that you guys needed all the love you could possibly get, which, yes, Andrea, the adoptive mother, did say that. I remember that perfectly clear. And so, yes, so we've all had issues with this because, Christian suffered a lot, Gaby suffered a lot, and I think this has been emotionally draining on all of us. And, yeah, very hurtful in a lot of aspects. I think my biggest problem was I got tired of hotline calls, and I got tired of having people down my throat and down my back, and I didn't know what always was the right thing to or not do. I didn't always listen to my mom when she said go with your gut. I have learned how to do that, however. So on my gut, okay, I'm going to say that yes, I'm definitely going to court. Yes, I'm obtaining an attorney, and yes, I think that this attorney is going to be miraculous. I really, really got deep respect for him, and I am freaking thankful to God for Father Smith and for my mom and all my angels and my family, and the fact that I'm still standing. No matter how many times I have been knocked down in so to speak, okay, I've gotten up. I've picked myself up. Every time I've fallen, I've gotten back up. And, as I listened to my one cousin, Tank, today tell me, how do you do it? How are you not so tired? And I'm like, oh, I'm tired. But somewhere there's that inner strength, and maybe it comes from my mommy, maybe it comes from my grandma, maybe, who knows? Maybe it's just an angelic thing that I'm going through, but it comes from somewhere. I have to pause. I'm being interrupted. I'm sorry. Hold on.